Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube. Here to help you break through fear and live an awesome life. Think about this. How would you live every day if you didn't have fear? Zippo. You'd be in total bliss. That'd be it. Close the book on that one. All these things you have to do, wouldn't have to do them anymore because you don't have any fear. What do I want? I think I want to live on the ocean. I'll figure that out. I'll meditate on that and manifest it. I'm going to meditate, me and the ocean. How's that going to happen? End of the week, somebody calls you and says, oh my gosh, can you do me a big favor? I have to go out of the country, and can you come stay at my house on the beach and take care of it and my dog? Yeah. Hello. It can be that easy. It can be that easy. It happens. It happens to me all the time. How do you think I've manifested all these things in my life? My odds have been so astronomical. Do you know what it took for me to become an NBA cheerleader? That's the basketball, for those of you who are not American. Thousands of people in a stadium. I didn't even know how to do a backflip. I'm moderately coordinated, but I didn't doubt it. I didn't doubt I could be one. They only picked 2 girls. I was one of them because they needed replacements. I was one of them. And then I did it again for the soccer team. How does that happen? I made the effort to go after it. I didn't think about the end result. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't worry about the end result. I went after my life. And when I didn't make things, when things didn't happen the way I'd like them to, something beautiful came from it. Because the universe was getting the message that I was going after my life, the one I desired, and it always sent me in wonderful directions, even when they were painful. They were ways for me to learn, ways for me to improve, expand, and open up those new doors. So I've always blown past the fear. I had a 1 in a billion shot to be a writer on Capitol Hill because all the positions were filled. All of them. They were told me, don't bother. Don't bother putting your app. They're all filled. A Harvard grad had the position I wanted. So I did it anyways. And about a week later, I got a phone call. And out of all of those other interns that had applied way before me, they picked me. They said that Harvard grad, an opening came up for him someplace else. The one that he wanted opened up. He gave up the writing position with the congressman. And they called me and said, if you can get here next week, you've got it. And I took it. And they paid me. And it was a scholarship program. So everything was paid for. And then I got a paycheck. And very few of those positions paid, by the way. I can just go on and on and on. You know about my movie, my first book. I've never written a book before. I wrote a book. Awards. It's a television movie. It blew away my agent, who said, you don't understand. This is like 1 in a billion shot. Not really. Not when you can manifest. Not when you're open and you are connecting to the higher power that you are. There's no fear in there. There's no fear. There's no room for fear in that space. And you got to ask yourself, what is it you're afraid of? What is it you're really afraid of? What can really happen? If you're in a bad position right now and you're fearful, well, you're in a bad position, in your opinion. You're in a bad position. So it was the fear before that happened that got you there. It's not the position you're in right now that you should fear. You shouldn't fear anything. It's the fear you've been having that got you there. So you're like, well, I have to fear what's happening. I'm like, well, you've been doing that, and that's why you're in this position that's very uncomfortable that you don't want to be in, because you have not given up that pattern of fear-based thinking and feeling. And then you continue to get into worse and worse situations, and you continue to hang on to the fear. In fact, the fear grows because you're in worse situations and you're not getting it. And then it becomes more and more difficult to let go of the fear because you're not in a position where you're enjoying life, where you've got the money flowing, where you got the relationships and the jobs and the place you want to live and all the wonderful things you want in your life. And it's tougher than to release that fear. But you can do it. And that's when faith comes in. And that's a toughie. I know it's a toughie. I told you, if you have a doubt, don't tell me you have faith. That's not faith, that's hope. And hope, it may manifest a few things. I hope. In other words, I don't have the power. I hope that there's something else outside of me that's going to get me what I want. Good luck. Faith is miracles. What's a miracle? It's a name we give something that doesn't happen that frequency because we're not connecting to it. When we connect to it, miracles happen every day. You can manifest anything you want. And I'm serious about that, by the way. I've done it. I know people that have just done crazy manifesting. And when it happens, we're sort of like, wow, but we're not shocked at it. There's this knowing that it's just creating particle out of wave, focusing on it, and using science, which is spirituality, which is God, which is everything. That's all it is. We connect to it. And we say, well, you know what? I am that power. What do I want to do today? I guess I'm tired of struggling paying my bills, or I'm tired of being lonely, or I'm tired of not working in a job I love. You can decide whatever it is you're tired of experiencing and change that. And if you think for a moment that that's not possible, then you need to sit down and meditate until you connect to that power of which you are, and that feeling flows over you and is so overwhelming that you cry because you know that you just connected to the power of the universe and that it's just waiting for you to start doing what you were meant to do here. And that is to raise that frequency, to create, to be all of those things that you are, that manifesting and loving and just enjoying this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful life, enjoying it, loving it, enjoying this beautiful planet that is alive. It's intelligent. Everything's intelligent. It's reacting to everything you do, every thought, every feeling. Be careful with that. You can't fake it. You don't like, ooh, I'm not going to think that. Yeah, you're already doing it. You're feeling it. That's when you stop. I don't care what you're doing. You stop and you pull yourself out of those situations of thinking and feeling whatever, and you say, okay, there it is. I'm not going to fight it. That's part of that energy that I created for years and everybody else has. I'm not going to react to it anymore. I'm going to watch it float by. Oh, another one shows up. And then you sit and you meditate. What is that? I highly recommend guided meditations, because then somebody's speaking and you're focused on that speaking and you're connecting to beautiful music, which will help create feelings of euphoria and relaxing. It's tough to just sit down and meditate without that. You can do that later on when you're able to just clear your mind. But in the beginning, I highly recommend the music. Joe Dispenza has awesome meditations. There's one that connects to all the chakras. I just bought that today. I downloaded it. I did it at his workshop. It's awesome. He has several other ones. One that manifests, like connect to what you desire And as you imagine it, as you connect to that energy and that feeling first, it's not just about creating, it's like, what is that thing that you want to be and do? Feel it, know you're it. And then you start to train yourself. It's the same message we're all giving, all of us with these channels. Be that which you desire, and the rest falls away. Now I want you to, right now, focus on your heart. Now when I get stressed out, I tighten up my chest. I sort of tighten up a little bit. And years ago, I was getting heart palpitations, and it was a little scary. I had full-blown tests, and they said, wow, you are like in incredible shape. Everything was like really, really awesome, my health. And I said, we don't know why you're getting this. It has to be stress because there's no indication there's anything wrong with you. And that's how powerful we are. We can make ourselves really sick. And if I'd have stayed down that road, I for sure would have had some kind of heart disease or whatever. I'm sure of it because that's where I would hold my stress. And others of you hold your stress in other areas. And eventually it breaks down all of the positive balance molecules, whatever, in your body, and it starts to go in the direction that you're thinking and feeling. It's just doing what you're ordering it to do. So, how's your heart feeling? Because that is the center of your energy. If you're up on heart math, you know that you're putting out an energy from there. Is it tight? Right now, feel it. Is it tight? And that's why breath is so important. It opens up, it expands your chest. Just feel it. Are you holding things in here? Are you holding that anger or sadness or frustration or fear? Are you holding it here? So you can sit here and focus on pulling in light with your breath, pulling it through, and then it go into your heart. Light. And then pushing it out. Now I push it out because when you send light and love out, you're connecting to that, and of course that is attracted to you and comes back. You don't do it to get it back, you do it because you're just connecting to what you are. And then, boom, your energy starts to raise your frequency and you're in that space. It's all just a part of you. It's not like it's, oh, I'm going to give it to here. No, you're going up into that level. So you're connecting to all these beautiful things that are in that frequency. So when you're sending it out, it's like whew, you're raising up. You're raising up to that level, and then you focus. You think, wow, I'm feeling a little lighter, and I'm sort of feeling love. I'm sort of feeling loved. I'm sort of feeling like there's something out there that unconditionally loves me and wants me to be happy and have everything and not suffer. And when you're not suffering, all the things come to you. It's not like, oh, I'll get this stuff and then I'll be happy. Not going to happen, sorry. Ask any rich person who's not on a higher frequency, who's struggling to find joy. How many wealthy businessmen have blown their brains out? Because it comes with a price. It comes with a price. That's why it's so important to connect to who you are. And then when you do things in life, whether you try a new business or get a new job or whatever it is you do, you're already in that high frequency space. So that thing that you're doing is going to be right for you. It's going to be beneficial to you. It's going to feel good. It's not going to create stress for you. It's going to be on a higher level. So you have to connect to that first. So just really be aware of how your heart's feeling. And if it feels sick, if it doesn't feel good, sit with it. And imagine this opening. Don't be afraid to do that. Nothing's going to come in. Nothing's going to harm you. That's all created. It can be very real. You're creating a reality. Just knock it off. Focus on your light and expand that. And focus on that light. You don't have to think about that. And then feel that energy around your body. Can you feel energy around your body right now? Open your heart. Pull in light. Imagine it coming out. Take your hands and put them like this. Do you feel that energy? I do. It's like a tingling, just a power. It's almost a vibrating. I'm not talking about just the tingling in your body. That is your energy. I'm talking about the energy around me right now. It's really powerful. And sit with that until you get your breathing to calm down. And that light is going to start to grow. There's going to be a peace that comes over you. A peace that comes over you. And that light that's all around you is going to start to collect. You know, when I was on the golf course with 750 people meditating at my Joe Dispenza Advanced Workshop, we had orbs showing up. I have 7 pictures from different people, different places on there. 2 of them are mine, of orbs in those pictures. That's what we were attracting. And that's what you're attracting when you do this. There are light beings and energies, as soon as you connect to that, that will start to be attracted to you. It's not just other people and things on this dense planet. Those energies are going to start to attract to you. And they're going to be with you. And they are nothing but beautiful love and light. They're nothing but goodness and unconditional love. And they're going to be like little orbs surrounding you. And you have to keep that up. You got to think about it. Am I going to a bad place here? Am I going to a painful place, stressful place? I don't need to suffer. All is well. All is well. We're all going back to the one. Be okay with that. Just know that this is going to be a challenging journey. You came here. We're all here for a reason. You're here on this channel because you are going to raise your frequency. You're already doing it. Drop all the I can't, I'm this, I'm that, made up. I'm so tired of hearing it. It's exhausting. Aren't you exhausted by your stories? I'm done with my stories. The only story I want to tell is what I'm going to do next to create a higher frequency and invite awesome stuff in. And I can feel that power. It's so overwhelming. Last night I was getting all kinds of energy. It was just blasting through my body. It was like at night, because when you're down in that, that lower state of, well, actually it's a higher frequency, lower state of density, meaning that you're not going into that space. All that density is like sort of taking a little nap here. You have gateways that open up, and the energy, when you're raising your frequency, when you're awake, it's still working, and it'll show up. It'll start doing stuff at night when you're asleep, because you're going into that space. You're going into that other gateway, and it will start to repair things and give you messages and show you things. And sometimes those will be scary things, like like floods and earthquakes and stuff. Don't be afraid of that. These are all transitional things happening, and it's all good because we are raising our frequency. Let you be that frequency that joins the higher dimension. And you can do that by focusing on your heart. And I'm opening up mine to you right now, and I'm sending my light and love to you and this entire planet. Healing and love, abundance, joy, happiness. When we go to that place, nothing else matters. Nothing. And everything just seems to work out. and we're thankful for it, and then more wonderful things happen. Pretty soon we stop being individuals and become one beautiful entity that we are. And that light starts to grow. And that power, it's overwhelming, and you're just going to cry at beautiful things like a tree or a bird or that sunrise or sunset or those planets. When you look up at the sky at night, I think, my God, we're traveling at 30,000 miles an hour on this speck of dust that's intelligent. You are a beautiful light being. Connect to that light and see what happens. Namaste.